Alright, I am back once again and immediately unlocking the door.
Shit.
There you are. All this for a child who isn't even here.
What the hell do?
You ungrateful, selfish wretch. You come into my house. You lay your filthy man hands on my daughters. And now you even try to steal my property. How dare you? Rest while you can. Because I will hunt you. And I will break you.
Go ahead, do your worst.
Yeah, she's not happy. And I remember the first thing I said, don't tease her like that. Don't set her off. We already have enough issues. She's gonna mess us up. Which, I feel like she could have killed us there, but for some reason decided not to. But it's a video game. You don't want your protagonist to die at the beginning of a segment and stuff like that. It's story beats, it happens. Yep. Having a little more fun in the dungeons this time. This time we're just kind of looking around, getting a feel for the layout of the area, because clearly when you see a room this big, something's gonna happen. But I'm also just trying to make sure I get all the items. Make sure that nothing is left unturned. No stone left unturned, as they say. Which I think, yeah, that's all of it right there. So I'm like, alright, time to go.
Like I'd let you get away. You'll be sliced to ribbons before you ever see that child.
Yeah. In Ethan's first game, he lost his left hand. And now in this game, he lost his right. This game just hates Ethan's hands. Like, seriously. I remember being like, oh, not again. Not again. Yeah, and I also remember I just remember getting lost, honestly. I guess trying to losing her is kind of difficult, honestly. But yeah, I remember I ran in, and I'm just like, I went in here and I went, oh, where do I go? And I just immediately felt lost. And that actually is the right way, but I got lost and confused. But you can tell whenever I get back in the room, I kept trying to look right and straight, not left. I'm like, where do I go? And actually, that spot right there, that doorway to the left is where you're supposed to go. I just missed it, so I'm like, this is the door I opened, right? Where do I go? I'm a big idiot. I wasn't paying attention. And I'm like, I can't heal, can't do anything since the my right hand is unavailable, clearly. But yeah, you can just see I'm just like, all right, so that's where I'm supposed to go. So I just start running. Because I thought that's where we came from, but I then realized that I was a fool. And I'm just open it up. And yeah.
Running will get you nowhere.
Yeah. And based on past experiences with this stuff, just go ahead and reattach your hand. Yeah.
Screw this castle.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But I know that in the first, I say the first game, 7 Biohazard, um, whenever um, the game isn't actually isn't clear on how powerful the healing potions are, but in case you didn't know, you can actually like get killed, quote unquote, by Jack in that first segment when you first encounter him, and he'll go into like the cinematic where he'll chop your leg off, and then he'll provide a healing aid to help you heal your leg back on, and it just shows you just how powerful it is that you're able to reattach a lost limb. And I feel like a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, come on, that's so dumb." When I'm just like, I mean, they've established it. It doesn't bug me at all. But I know not everyone sees things the same way as I do. But but yeah, I think in this next segment I almost look up a solution. Has to do with the piano, I believe. Yeah, the opera hall. But we got to go upstairs first. Which I believe up here there's a few more of those creatures. I don't know exactly what to call them yet. I'm not sure if they have a name. I know in 7 they were the molded, and then the people in the village, they're kind of lichens, I guess. Please beware, the mistress's lipstick is missing. If anyone finds it, get the police return to her bedroom. Or her bathroom. It is custom made and therefore very expensive. That makes me think that the lipstick is very important. It's probably a key of some sorts, like everything is in this game. But yeah. Turn into the opera hall. Where there's 2 more. There's one in that direction and one in that direction. 2 different ones. I'm quiet, you can hear them. They're just kind of growling. But yep. One day since treatment, the 3 girls have stopped moving. They seem almost dead. An insect flew out of the eldest's mouth. It appears to be a common fly. This is kind of going over the birth of the 3 daughters. 2 days since treatment, all 3 bodies are covered in flies. It appears the flies are consuming their flesh. When I opened a window, some of the flies dropped dead to the floor. It would seem the cold petrifies them. I quickly closed the window to avoid weakening the insects further. Hence their weakness to the cold. 4 days since treatment, all 3 bodies have been completely consumed by the insects. All that is left is a dark, writhing, human-shaped mass of creatures. It is just afternoon and the insects have started to change color. Those around the face turned pale and those around the lips turned a deep crimson, implying that they kind of become the person. 6 days since treatment, the massive insects have transformed into human bodies again. All 3 girls awoke, looking at me like newborns. I sensed the bond between us, like mother and daughters. I've already decided their names. Bella, Daniela, and Cassandra. I don't know which ones I've killed, but I've killed one of them at this point. And then here I'm like, alright, time to kill these things. I actually want to look up what they're called. See if they have a name. Meanwhile, you can just watch me shoot this thing. See if they have a name. Okay, so they're called Marika? I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. Morai. Yeah, it's Moroaica. I don't know exactly how to pronounce that. But they're essentially the zombies of the game. The guys we fought before were Lycans, and I guess there are other types of enemies, but I tried to scroll past them so I don't get spoiled. Because there's one other enemy that I saw that I have encountered at this point. And here's the piano puzzle. This is what I almost looked up. Scientific name none, 5 to 6 centimeters size. Similar body structure to blowflies, although there are differences in the head. They are carnivorous and vigorously consume meat. In order to catch unsuspecting prey, they'll gather using pheromones to mimic a human. They are produced when a cadao lies eggs in its host, but the flies themselves are unable to reproduce. So I guess they literally mimic humans here, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I missed another note when I was looking stuff up, but they're weak to sudden drops in temperature, especially if the temperature drops below 10 degrees Celsius or 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Their metabolism lowers and they go into a dormant cryptobiotic state, similar to the cryptobiosis of the tardigrade or the Polypedilum vanderplanki. I know I struggled on that when I read it for the first time as well. I said it like 3 times. Hence why I'm on this for so long. But yeah, I guess you can read her journals. And then, yeah, here's the puzzle that I kind of looked at. I'm like, I don't know piano. I should contact my piano person, see if I can show me these notes. But I later discovered that it's actually not that hard. I don't know if I cut yet or not. But I know at one point I'm thinking about looking it up. I'm thinking about it. Running around looking for stuff, still thinking about it. I ultimately decided to just to see if there's like an instruction manual somewhere outside of that note. Because I don't know piano stuff. But you'll see that when you play it, it'll leave a mark to show you what note you hit. So I didn't have to... Thankfully, I didn't feel like I spoiled myself. I just should have tested the piano just to see if I could have done it. But I was so scared that I actually had to know piano. Thankfully, I didn't. Because I don't think there was anything else in here that would have helped me. Because you can see I'm looking around still. But yeah. I finally decided to look it up, which I do so whenever I stop, and I did do an edit here. You won't see it, but it's a little fade. Yeah, right there, you barely saw it. And as you can see, it leaves a little mark. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm just playing all the way up to the note. And then I don't think you have to... Yeah, and here I just nail it. You get the jam out. Dun, 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 dun. Nice. And with that, get yourself the Iron Insignia key. So that was nice. But that ends another part. Hope you all enjoyed. Please like, subscribe. You know the rest. See you guys in the next video.